Welcome back to Sports Federation TV. If you just joined in, you've missed out a segment on badminton. We've showcased their tournament coming up next weekend at the John Tyers Hall out in Kenilworth. We're joined now in studio by the gentleman of Blackball, Mr. Bennet. Are you well?
I'm fine, thank you very much, Alton. And you?
Good, I'm all good.
Good.
Young lady, Miss Chetty, welcome back.
Thank you, Alton. Good to
good?
be here. Good to be here.
Good. Blackball has an amazing history in Cape Town and in the Western Cape. Paul, you've been involved for how many years?
Since, it's a very good question. 2006, 2005.
Sure, so you've got a long history in badminton, in Blackball.
That's right.
And you've been the SA champ for how many years? And I know you've been the SA champ.
That is the one elusive thing that I've never gotten yet.
Why is that?
It's tough. It's tough to be the champion out of about 300 players out of the whole of South Africa. It's extremely tough, and I've made it to the finals twice. So I'm right there on the doorstep, but I just can't get over that step. It's tough.
What do you think is the missing ingredient for you at this point?
Well, it will be concentration and that stamina. You have to be very mentally strong in this sport and be able to keep that concentration levels up for about a week of tough competition against mostly youngsters that are now dominating the game because of their aggressive nature and pure attacking nature. So you have to be really mentally strong for that.
Do you think that part of it is related to the speedball that these youngsters play, that Paul potentially missed out on in his development?
No, speedball is only one aspect of our game, and that's basically seeing how fast you can pot the ball. The actual skill and crux of the game is how you strategize and how you execute the shots that you want to execute.
Yeah.
And that's where you need to go to the next level, in your opinion.
Well, you need to prepare more. You need to practice more. You need to be a lot more stronger and expose yourself to professional tournaments, playing against the top guys more often. This is all tools to prepare you for the next level. And
what's our level like at Western Cape, based to the rest of the country?
It's very high. There's a lot of attacking players in Cape Town, and we do lack a certain thing, which I didn't want to mention. But anyhow, there's a certain thing we lack, which is sometimes we're a little bit reckless, but that also works to our advantage because we attack and we go all out. And sometimes you ponder on lost opportunities. And if you take that opportunity, then in more likelihood you will get that one.
I mean, you've based on all of that, you've travelled quite extensively as a result of your chosen sport.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about some of the highlights, one or two highlights.
Scotland mainly, the World Championships in Perth, where I made it to the singles final, the World Championships final, and I was actually on the black to actually win. And I'm still having sleepless nights over that one, but I missed that one. So that went begging, unfortunately.
And that's the result of all the pressure, because people don't realize how much pressure is involved.
It's emotionally draining. I mean, there's no way of explaining that to you, but it's very draining and tough.
And what else? Some of the travels. Where else have you been?
We've been to France. We've been to Ireland, Glasgow, Bradford. I've been all over UK basically, and participating with some top players, and that has prepared me well for the last tournament that I played in Scotland, in the World Championships. All of those tournaments prepared me well for that, which is why I did so well, because it's tough. There were some professionals playing there as well, and to come out tops above them is an achievement in its own.
Well done. How did you? And you obviously lost on the Blackball.
On the national title as well.
Yeah.
That youngster, Aiden, if you are watching, ek en jy het 'n appel om te skil, hoor.
that was a great match to watch.
Yes, it was.
At Grand West.
It was also very emotional for me because being in Cape Town, it's my hometown, and I had a lot of support there. So I had to deal with a lot of demons to try and stay focused.
Yeah, I mean, there was probably 300-400 people around that one table that day.
Easily.
And all these eyes just glued on that table.
Yes. Well, that's what the sport is all about. Any sport, if you do well and you come to that level at that stage, the final match, that's where all the attention is. That is what you play for.
Blackball is different to snooker.
Yes.
What attracted you to Blackball? And you can explain the difference in a minute. We'll get to it.
What attracted me to it?
What's the difference, yeah, and what attracted you? What attracted you to Blackball?
The Blackball rules and pool itself, it's much more quicker, it's attacking, and it's, in my opinion, a lot more fun. Snooker is very much slower, and so it's not for everybody, but the skill level is more or less on the same level. Although people would argue that snooker would be a lot more, there would be a lot more skill involved, which probably is. But at the end of the day, you still have to play a straight shot the same. You got to play a ball down the cushion the same. It's just you got to do the basics a bit more specific on snooker.
Ms. Chetty, give us the differences, please. And I know that's you love doing this, giving us the differences.
Snooker and pool are two completely different games, though, in terms of your strategy and how you play it. With pool specifically, there are many different rules that are played in the game of pool. There's 8-ball rules, there's world rules, there's new rules, and the blackball rules that we play, like Paul alluded to, we're drawn to it because it kind of makes the most sense for fair play and also for strategy, right?
Yeah.
Snooker is played on a huge table, it's played for points, so the strategy is completely different. With pool, it's about, you know, finishing and closing on the black before your opponent does.
And there's also numbers on balls and colors and all of those kinds of things.
Yeah, in pool that doesn't really make a difference.
Okay.
There's normally a different game you would play with the numbers.
Okay.
On the pool table itself. But when you're playing pool itself, then the numbers on the balls doesn't really matter.
Okay.
There will be a bigger circle on them, and there will be a smaller circle on other.
Okay.
That's the difference between the two.
Okay. Let's take a slide off the beaten track. Tell us what's happening at Western Cape level.
Well, we just completed our trials in all the divisions, under 23, men's, ladies, masters and seniors. So our squad for the upcoming South African Championship in Blackball has been selected. That championship will be happening in Carnival City in Gauteng, late January into early February. We're very excited. The players have been preparing all year, and they play their hearts out at the provincial championships.
Let's have a look and see at the men's ranking and see who's come out tops. So you've got Cameron at the top, Yazid, Stephen, and then you have Mr. Paul Bennet in studio, and then a host of others. Is that our best 10? Well,
following the results of the trials, those were the top performers. Interestingly enough, Cameron Top's amazing player, also an under 23 player. He excelled in his division as well as the men's division, which is all the men in Western Cape.
Okay, quite interesting.
Yeah.
Let's take an ad break, and when we come back, we'll chat about the women's results. See you now. If you've just tuned in, we're chatting Blackball. This is the Sports Federation TV show where we chat about all kinds of sport. Ms. Chetty, you've touched on the men's. Let's go look at the ladies' results and see who's the top 10 in Western Cape ladies right now. So you've got Joy, Fatima, Olivia, LZ. Take us through some of those names.
Well, those top 10 ladies are all phenomenal players. I think at some point or the other, most of them have represented South Africa on international stadiums for Blackball. Number 1 lady, Joy Willenberg, this year in Western Cape, phenomenal player. She actually just returned from the Snooker World Champs, so we're extremely proud of her. We also expect all of them to perform quite well for Western Cape in the upcoming nationals.
So some of them cross over between snooker and Blackball?
Yeah, they play all sports.
Yes. Carom and snooker are obviously sister sports to pool. So it's not uncommon for players to dabble in all of them.
Okay. Paul, you specialize in Blackball?
Yes.
Why? Because it's...
I have to put all my attention in that because that is my main sport. That's the one I'd really like to win, and if I'm going to spend too much time on anything else, then I think I would drift a bit, and my personal opinion is just to stick to the one sport where I can focus all my energy in, and that's working for me.
Is this your full-time occupation, or do you actually have a job?
No, I have a day job.
Okay.
Yes.
So how do you balance all of this?
Difficultly, but you know, in any sport you have to put in a lot of time, and this is an after-hours sport. So there's been a lot of late nights for many years, and which I just spoke about fitness. You need to be
Yes.
fit in this as well, so you can maintain that stamina and that mental concentration. But it takes up a lot of your time. Yes.
Do you have a table at home?
No.
Why not?
Don't have the space for it.
But I mean, most sports person practice their code in the quiet of their home. Unlike
Yes.
you, you
Yeah.
need a big table. So you're at the pub most
No,
nights.
I'm at the club where I play. Yes, that
Yeah.
actually sponsors me. So they I spend a lot of time. Because a lot of different players come there. A lot of players from the community come there that I can spend time with because they love to spend time with me as well. And you know, you got to give back as well. So it's a perfect opportunity for me to give back.
In terms of how do you give back? Do you coach? Do you just
I
mentor
do
youngsters?
I do some coaching. Yes, they're always coming to me with advice about things, and I'm always willing to give advice on the most typical question would be is how do you do it on the big stage? How do you maintain that calm and collective? My answer mostly is it's all pretentious. I pretend to have a cool and calm exterior,
Yes.
but I'm fighting battles inside big time.
Were you good at geometry at school?
Yes,
Because angles are an important
It
aspect
is.
of this game.
it is.
Hence, I'm asking that question. Ms. Chetty, do you think that's a prerequisite for people to play this game? Well,
I think the difference between the great players and the good players is match temperament.
Yes.
People tend to play their best games when they are comfortable, and also consistency. Consistency is key,
Yeah.
like with any sport. You know, I just like to add that in our seniors division, Faisal Lynx, he excelled, and Shahid Basadine excelled in the masters division. And it's not uncommon for the Western Cape people to dominate at the essays as well. So a lot of times when South Africa goes to play in international tournaments, be it in Africa or Europe, most of their team or a significant number of that South African squad are people from Cape Town or Western Cape.
and that happens in Blackball,
Yes.
but it happens in 80% of codes of sport in South Africa.
Really?
There is an average of 60 to 75% of national players based in the Western Cape. It's scientifically proven that that's
So
where
it
the
makes
home
sense.
of sport happens.
We're definitely on the right track then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we at the cutting edge of sport for a range of different reasons.
Yeah.
Facilities, coaching. A lot of the top coaches are based in Cape Town.
Yeah.
Why? Location. A lot of people prefer to be in Cape Town,
Yeah.
as one example. But I mean, that's by and large what happens in codes of sport.
Yeah.
Paul, what would you say to someone who wants to participate in your code of sport?
In what aspect do you mean now?
Why are you playing this wonderful game?
There's so much to learn apart from the sport itself. Friends, networking, traveling, especially. You know, we all come from backgrounds where we could never afford to travel, and you have the opportunity to now to really do well at the sport, especially this one, which is so easily accessible for you to excel and get the opportunity to travel. So, what more reason could there be?
As long as they stay away from the bar.
Of course.
Because often that's part of the problem that's associated
course.
with the negativity associated with this code of
Yes,
sport.
unfortunately, yeah.
Fortunately for us in Western Cape, there is a lot of venues that don't have bars.
Yeah.
So it's child friendly. And that's where we'd like the sport to go looking forward, is that more school-based activity comes to the fore, as well as university people.
And that's going to give you more numbers going into your champs.
Yes.
To give you better opportunity to select a better team.
And broaden
For
the
people
pool.
like you on your toes, sir.
Absolutely.
Going forward, what else is happening in Western Cape Blackball?
Well, besides the essays that are coming up, it'll be a couple of other international tournaments in the next year. Right now, the focus is getting our players ready for the nationals. So they would need, obviously, the accommodation, the transport, food, and obviously monies to sustain them during that period.
Does the team train as a squad at any given venue? Because it would be great to have people come out and watch the Western Cape team in training.
Well, there are some. Yes, we do. In a nutshell, we don't normally do it, but we try to encourage that, because team building is important, but we will definitely do it this year. Absolutely.
Where can people get the information? On your Facebook?
On our Facebook page.
Western Cape Blackball Federation. If you're interested in letting your kids learn a sport that's easily accessible, you can contact us there and we'll make it happen.
Good. When's the tournament happening?
The South African Championships, 23rd of January to about the 6th of February.
So can we make a date for beginning March?
Yes, we
to
can.
have all the trophies and the titles. And
I'll bring a trophy with the singles title, yeah.
The singles title.
Yes.
We'll do you one better. We can make a date for even before that.
No. We'll come after the tournament. We want to see that trophy here, Paul.
Absolutely. I owe that to Cape Town, that's for sure.
You owe that to Cape Town.
Yes.
You've heard it live here. Guys, thank you for your time. Good luck. All the best for the preparation. We'll see you in March with that trophy.
Thank you, Alton.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Cheers.
Let's take an ad break. We'll be right back.